Hi everyone, this is audap. Let's check out Wings of Bluestar running on the PlayStation 5. Okay, going on here, 2-player mode. Well, bonus mode, options, play. I guess that's fine. You can use twin stick apparently. Let's see, scan lines, dark background, screen shake. Let's turn that off. Leave bullet flashes on. As far as I know, that's fine. Hold on just a second. Okay, sorry about that. Story mode.
Select your character.
And Zarak. Oh yeah.
This is Excelsia, also known as Bluestar. Rich on water and vegetation, the planet has an abundance of resources. In the year 2020, scientists made an amazing discovery. They discovered a prehistoric cave dating to around 100,000 BCE. However, while still impressive, the cave and its age weren't what made it that amazing, but rather what they found inside. Inside the cave, superimposed in the middle of what looks like a ceremonial setting, lay an object. Although older than the age of the cave, it was a very advanced machine even for today's era. Once taken to a laboratory and studied, scientists were finally able to revive it and then learn its secret. Actually, the object, once revived, managed to communicate and started speaking to them and told them about its origins. Witnessing how their planet was on the verge of destruction caused by endless wars, and knowing there was no escape from extinction, they stored all their wisdom, history, art, and advanced knowledge into artificial intelligence machines, and launched them into the deep space, hoping that somewhere in the vast universe, an eventual intelligent life form could learn from them and avoid their fate. However, and after many decades, when this pod landed on Excelsia, civilization was too primitive and had no way to revive and study it. In order to preserve the little energy it has left, the AI put itself into a deep sleep. Due to its high intelligence, scientists named the machine Brain. With the assistance of Brain, the human civilization made a huge leap in every scientific and social field, and society became prosperous. Fields like space travel profited from the sheer knowledge of Brain, and humans were finally able to travel vast spatial distances. The military field had its fair share from the data, and new powerful weapons were created. However, there were no conflicts between humans, and those were purely created for defensive purpose in case of an eventual external threat.
Well, this is sci-fi, definitely.
Thanks to the advanced medical, robotic, and synthetic fields, people were also able to upgrade their bodies by installing superior artificial parts that allowed enhancements in intelligence, looks, strength, and so on. In the year 2080, Brain, still working with the human civilization and guiding it, had a new proposal that will lead society to a whole new level, namely the transition of humans from organic bodies to full synthetic ones, including the brain. However, the United Human Government of Excesia had to reject the proposal. The reason was that the initial experiments they had led on dying patients or on volunteers showed that the AI of a patient lacked the determining aspect of a human being, namely free will. Although a few organizations tried to push a pro-brain campaign, believing that free will never existed to start with, the majority of humans were against it, at least for the moment. Brain didn't have enough patience, and soon the proposal turned into an order. For Brain, losing free will throughout the total synthetic conversion of humans is the only way to avoid wars, and therefore to preserve life on Excesia. Considering itself as a synthetic and intelligent form of life that has the right to preserve itself, Brain declared war against humans, unless they execute the order. Of course, the United Government didn't take this threat seriously. A few days after the refusal, a huge beam from space took the world by surprise. It was so powerful that it destroyed a huge chunk of one of Excessia's 3 moons and wiped out a whole city of Hyperia. It was Brain demonstrating its military power. The attack caused a great state of panic and chaos, which was used by Brain to escape the laboratory. The menace is real, and war against Brain is unavoidable. It was also revealed that Brain has secretly built a huge army and had many humans following and supporting it. That can only mean its plan was already put into motion years ago. Now it's up to the United Government of Excesia to protect the Blue Planet against Brain. Once a precious ally, now a lethal enemy. The fate of Excesia is in the hands of our heroes.
Inside the United Government of Excesia. And there she is again. I don't know what the folks up top are thinking, keeping that brat around. I really feel unsafe here. Why is she assigned to our division? Don't care, don't want to know. I've already got my transfer papers in order. Just need to go another week or so without a knife in my back. Keep it quiet, dude. There's still a whole week, and I'll be stuck here for at least 3 years. Don't jinx it. Ignore them, Aya. You are one of us now, and that's what matters. And don't worry, I'm used to it. I can't blame them either, knowing that what your brother has done has no impact on who you are, Aya. Letting that kind of accusation get into your head will only hinder your performance. Right. And as you're minutes away from your next sortie, I'd advise you focus on your mission instead. I'll have a counseling session arranged for you when you get back. Yes, ma'am. A sudden alarming... Why are those so fast? I hope you don't mind the early sortie, but as you know, the enemy doesn't sleep. Quick, to your ship. We'll have to protect the hangar as soon as it is within reach. Good hunting, Aya. Yes, ma'am. this game isn't exactly running in high resolution. I mean, there's a certain blur to everything. So there's definitely some upscaling going on. Yeah, but the base resolution is certainly not super high. Not enough to warrant a PlayStation 5 release. This is like maybe like a PS3 or yeah, more like a PS3 era game. I don't really want to say PS4. I think I was being a little generous. Although, you know, regardless, I mean, so far I like the game. It's just, is everyone not looking? I mean, at least with whatever upscaling they used, it's still pretty clean looking. Even though it suffers from a bit of a blurry look, it's a clean blurry look, you know. Control this satellite direction. Shoot with the right stick. It's a little awkward though. Since you're using the X button to initiate a shot. Because I understand why there could be a twin stick mode instead. It's definitely super awkward to try to use the X button to shoot and then make adjustments with the right stick. I think some of these background objects don't have enough definition, or maybe, I think maybe they need to be blurrier because they kind of look like foreground objects, and like those. I think I need to avoid them, but they're just in the background. Cool, orbital space station. We spotted significant enemy activity on the surface. Coordinates B1433. Judging by the thermal readings, there is a high chance it might be a brain command facility. Your orders are the following. 1. Investigate the area. 2. Locate and disable the facility. 3. Find the main controller and destroy it. Officer Mucker will give you full detail. Good hunting. Commander Sata left the room. A long-distance scans show a large mechanical gate in the middle of a rocky plateau. It's probably the facility's entrance, but heavy jamming prevented recon craft from getting any closer. A morphological map of the area as well as possible enemy contacts have been sent to your personal data pads. ETA to drop is 30 minutes, so I personally advise you take a look. The ground is an insidious enemy. Good luck, pilots. That sentence didn't necessarily make any sense. You really hate reading, don't you, Zarak? Yes, I do. Zarak left the bridge room. Aya? I know I don't have any... Excuse me. I know I don't have to say this, but just to be sure, please stick to your orders. Whenever we find him, you'll be the first to know. I figured this is not his kind of place anyway. It's interesting that there's waves of bullet hell patterns, but you also have like a pod that can sit in front of your ship that absorbs bullets. It's sort of a weird design. I mean, you can full die, of course. I mean, I've died a couple times, obviously, but usually if you're going to make a bullet hell, you make traversing the bullet patterns with, no other method of defense the key to the game. Here it's like, well, if you don't power up, then you're kind of forced to deal with the bullet waves. But it gives you a fair number of power-ups, so I don't think you'd ever really be hurting for that unless there's later levels that give you nothing. Really wouldn't be in the spirit of a shmup to have levels that give you no power-ups at all. Well, not at first. Certainly there are shmups like that. I can see this game being maybe a little easier with twin-stick mode being on, with the ability to point your satellites in any direction. So, yeah, I guess I understand why that's like a side option. And not the main game. But yeah, it is like super difficult to use the A button to shoot, and then you have to move your right thumb to the X button to shoot, and then you have to move your right thumb over to the right stick to point your guns away. That's certainly not the best setup. I think you should probably shoot with the triggers if you are going to use your right stick heavily in any game. Yeah, a little awkward, I'll admit. Some of the big ones I can't. Oh no, I can absorb the big ones too. Super weird. really weird. I mean, in a way, it negates the threat of the bullets. Another enormous mechanical gate has been located in the Piega region, hidden among the mountains. Given its size, we suspect it could be a production facility, or, worst case scenario, a capital-class ship den. Unfortunately for us, the area is covered in signal jammers, meaning we couldn't gather any further intel. I'll have to go in blind again, but after last time, I take it you don't mind. Good hunting, pilots. Let's see. You'll be tight in there, Zarak. Don't overspeed. Oh, I can't pick the other one. Hey, Zarak. It's gonna be tight fit in there, so watch your throttle. Oh, don't worry. I'll just land somewhere nice and wait for you to catch up, so you can take the lead instead. Oh, is Zarak the slacker of the group? Zarak's your wingman. Aya, try to be friends with him instead. Me becoming friends with an old guy? It's true, we are terrible friends. Watch where you shoot these things, or else you may lose the power-ups. Go in some other direction that you can't gather them. Look at that. They zip off pretty quickly, too. Interesting choice of music, too. This game definitely has a budget feel, but but at least it understands the language of a shmup. I mean, there's a nice selection of bullet patterns. You have a good selection of power-ups. They're varied and interesting as far as like enemies and their flight patterns go, and their bullet patterns. This could easily have been like a super lazy European style shmup, where the backgrounds and the enemy move at the same rate, just filling the screen with tons of bullets, and having your ship be awkwardly slow. But no, that's not the case here. It's pretty well designed. It's just lower on the budget. And it's not a full price game either. It's $15, so I think it's probably a fair price for it. And I think it's nice that they offered a PlayStation 5 native application. But certainly the PlayStation 5 is not being used for anything in particular with this game. There's definitely no PlayStation 5 power advantages that are being used here. And moving the turrets is awkward, certainly. Not sure if this was really thought fully through with the developer. if they have fully determined like how the shield and the power system really works. But we also didn't go through the tutorial, so maybe that's where maybe we'll let you know how the mechanics, score systems, and everything work out. Shield does break if you use it too much. So it can only absorb a certain number of bullets. I guess that makes sense. Otherwise, yeah, it seems like it's almost too powerful. Our next mission is the city Hyperia, or what remains of it, at least. Our satellites have detected a large number of enemy units flocking to its ruins, and we've got reason to suspect they're trying to turn the area into a command and control facility. As usual, your mission is to penetrate the enemy airspace, find the main core unit, and eliminate it. Good hunting, pilots. Commander Sato left the briefing room. A quick warning before you leave, the enemy has set up extensive air defense grid, meaning you'll have to approach from low altitude. You'll be coming in from the coast, flying down a large rock formation in the city's perimeter once you reach the shore. You'll find more intel on your data pads if you need it. Good luck, pilots. Orbital Space Station Avalon. Oh, and Aya, don't push yourself. I know how hard it can be to see your home in that state. Just focus on your mission, okay? I will, ma'am. For my sake, and the Fallen's too. Brain won't get away with this. Is there something you want to tell me? Do you think we could take a look around after we've completed the mission? As long as the area is secure, a couple of rounds of extended reconnaissance won't hurt. You'll need permission from the commander, though. Cool. Okay, charge beam can also cancel enemy bullets. Alright, yeah, got some nice little additional mechanics in here. Like I said, I actually really like it. I do wish they like could have gotten like a higher resolution and maybe some fancier art. But the game does have like a consistent look, so it's not that things don't look bad. It's just that I think things could be a little more detailed. But again, you know, I guess I'd rather have this than you know, low resolution 320 by 200 you know, style artwork. You know, at least this you know, makes some attempts to be crisp. You know, not just ape an old look from a resolution, you know, long past pleasant looking. well, wary of a game that looks like it's made with 300 by 220 pixels. I'm like, yeah, usually that's a sign of not a great game. If you're, that dependent on nostalgia. Controlling the satellite is so hard. Again, if you're using, if your primary fire was the trigger buttons, it would make sense to use the right stick. But primary fire is on the face buttons, so the right stick, it really is kind of hard to access quickly, at least. But I don't want to change it to be a twin stick shooter. I think maybe they could have done it like you would have done it in on the Super Nintendo. Like you let go of the fire button and then you could move the satellites around in positions that you like. I think that might have been a better way to go, because you do need to move them. Well, you don't need to move them, but it certainly makes it easier to take care of enemies if you can move them freely, or in some other fashion that doesn't necessarily require the right stick. But yeah, I actually like this quite a bit, and you can pick this up on the PlayStation 4 or 5. It's also going to be it's also going to be available on the PC and the Switch in a couple days. The release schedules are a little off between all the different companies. And yeah, I suggest that folks pick it up. It's a really well done shmup. It's got a good sense of what a shmup should be. Something that was made in the kind of in the 90s. When the shmups were king. Enemy pattern's good, ship speed's good, controls real tight. I could find another way to do the satellite controls, or you could switch on twin stick controls, maybe to make that easier. But either way, yeah, I think it's worth your time and money. So I'll certainly be playing more of it, that's for sure. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.